Hello, everyone. Every morning before the noise of the world invades your mind, you have a choice to dictate your own narrative before someone else writes it for you. Most people wake up and reach for their phone, they scroll, they compare, they react. But the most successful people, they start their day with intention. They set the tone with words that guide their actions, words that shape their mindset. So, what do you say to yourself when you wake up? Here are 9 things you need to remind yourself every single morning. Before the world speaks to you, decide what you will speak to yourself. Every morning, before the noise of the world floods your mind, before the demands, distractions, and expectations consume you, you have a critical choice to make. You can either let the world dictate how you feel, or you can take control and set the tone for your own life. The thoughts you choose in those first moments after waking up are not just words. They are the foundation upon which your entire day is built. Most people don't realize the power of their first thoughts. They wake up, check their phones, scroll through endless streams of information, and immediately allow external influences to take control. Without realizing it, they start reacting before they even get a chance to think for themselves. Their mood is shaped by notifications. Their mindset is molded by comparison, and their focus is hijacked by distraction. But successful people, those who lead their own lives instead of being led by circumstances, understand the importance of intentional thinking. They know that before the world gets a chance to shape them, they must first shape themselves. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant in the morning will grow throughout the day. If you plant doubt, insecurity, and fear, those emotions will take root and dictate your actions. But if you plant confidence, gratitude, and purpose, you will walk through the day with strength, clarity, and focus. This is why you must be deliberate with your thoughts from the moment you open your eyes. Imagine waking up and immediately telling yourself, I am in control of my mind. Instead of allowing negative or random thoughts to flood in, you declare ownership over your mindset. You remind yourself that no matter what happens today, you have the power to choose your response. Now compare that to waking up and thinking, I hope today goes well, or I don't feel like getting out of bed. The difference is clear. One mindset takes charge, while the other surrenders to chance. This is not about positive thinking in a superficial way. It's about mental discipline. It's about understanding that your thoughts create a chain reaction. A single negative thought can turn into doubt, which leads to hesitation, which leads to inaction. On the other hand, a single empowering thought can lead to confidence, which fuels action, which creates progress. You have more control over your day than you think, but it all begins with what you tell yourself before anything else has the chance to influence you. When you wake up in the morning, before checking your phone, before looking at emails, before speaking to anyone else, ask yourself, what do I need to hear today? Maybe you need to remind yourself that you are capable. Maybe you need to remind yourself that your time is valuable. Maybe you need to declare that today is an opportunity, not just another day to survive. The words you choose matter. Speak to yourself in a way that strengthens you, not weakens you. There is a reason why the most disciplined, successful people practice morning routines that include affirmations, prayer, or reflection. They understand that their first words of the day shape their decisions, their energy, and ultimately their success. They don't leave their mindset to chance. They don't allow social media, negative news, or external pressures to define their attitude. They take control from the start. Think about the most confident, driven, and resilient people you know. Do you think they start their mornings passively allowing the world to dictate their mindset? No. They wake up and remind themselves who they are. They tell themselves that they are strong enough to handle challenges, smart enough to solve problems, and disciplined enough to stay focused. They start their day with intentionality, and that is what makes the difference. If you want to live a life of purpose, success, and fulfillment, you must take control of your thoughts. You cannot afford to let doubt be the first thing that enters your mind. You cannot afford to let distractions dictate your focus. You must be the one who decides what your mind will believe. And that decision starts the moment you wake up. So tomorrow morning, before the world speaks to you, decide what you will speak to yourself, because the words you choose will not only shape your day, they will shape your life. Your first thoughts in the morning shape the rest of your day. Are you setting yourself up for success? Most people don't realize how powerful their first thoughts are. The moment you wake up, your mind is at its most impressionable. It is like a blank canvas, ready to be painted with whatever you allow into it. The question is, are you filling it with thoughts that empower you, or are you allowing negativity, stress, and distractions to take over before your day even begins? If you don't take control of your thoughts in the morning, the world will do it for you. And when that happens, you spend the rest of the day reacting instead of leading. Think about it. How do you start your day? Do you immediately reach for your phone, scroll through notifications, check messages, or dive into social media? If so, you are letting external influences shape your mindset before you've even had a chance to decide how you want to feel. Maybe you see bad news, an email that stresses you out, or a social media post that makes you compare your life to someone else's. Without realizing it, you've already set the tone for the rest of your day. Your mind is now filled with worry, distraction, or frustration, and everything you do from that moment forward is affected by it. But what if you took control? What if instead of letting the world decide how you feel, you intentionally chose your first thoughts? What if you started your morning by setting a mental foundation for success, confidence, and focus? The difference between a productive, fulfilling day and a stressful, unmotivated one often comes down to what happens in those first few moments after you wake up. Your thoughts in the morning are not just random ideas passing through your mind. They are instructions you give yourself, and your brain follows those instructions throughout the day. If you wake up thinking, I don't feel like doing anything today, your brain will search for ways to prove that thought true. You will move slower, procrastinate, and find reasons to avoid difficult tasks. But if you wake up and tell yourself, I have everything I need to succeed today, your brain will search for ways to make that true as well. You will find motivation, focus, and determination because you have programmed your mind to look for them. This is why the most successful people are intentional about their mornings. They don't leave their mindset to chance. They don't wake up and let the first thing they see dictate their emotions. Instead, they set their own tone. They tell themselves exactly what they need to hear before the rest of the world gets a chance to influence them. They use their first thoughts to build confidence, energy, and purpose. Imagine waking up tomorrow and before doing anything else, reminding yourself of your goals. Imagine telling yourself, I am in control of my attitude today, or I will make progress no matter how small. Imagine choosing gratitude before stress, confidence before doubt, and purpose before distraction. How different would your day be if you started it that way? How much more focused and determined would you feel? It's not about ignoring reality, it's about choosing what gets your attention first. Challenges will still come, difficulties will still arise, but when you start your day with the right mindset, you are better prepared to handle them. You don't panic when problems appear because you have already decided that you are capable of overcoming them. You don't waste time on distractions because you have already told yourself that your time is valuable. The mind is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it works best when you use it with purpose. If you don't take control of your thoughts in the morning, your thoughts will take control of you. And once that happens, the rest of the day becomes a chain reaction of emotions and behaviors that you didn't intentionally choose. But when you decide from the very beginning that you will think in a way that sets you up for success, everything changes. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, pay attention to your first thoughts. Are they helping you or hurting you? Are they setting you up for success or setting you up for struggle? You have the power to choose, and that choice will shape not only your day, but your entire life. Every great leader, every high achiever starts their day with intentional words. What about you? The way you begin your morning sets the foundation for everything that follows. Before the world gets a chance to tell you who you are, before challenges arise, before distractions pull you in different directions, you have a moment of clarity, a brief window where you can set the tone for your entire day. The question is, are you using that moment wisely? Are you choosing words that strengthen you, that push you forward, that remind you of your purpose? Or are you letting negativity, doubt, or external pressures take control before you even get started? The most successful individuals understand that the first words they speak to themselves matter. They don't leave their mindset to chance. They don't wake up and immediately check social media, hoping for something good to set the tone. They don't allow the first thing they see to dictate how they feel. Instead, they take charge. They tell themselves what they need to hear before the world has a chance to tell them something different. They remind themselves of their goals, their strengths, and their purpose. They don't wait for motivation to find them, they create it. But too many people start their day passively. They wake up, check their phones, read emails, and absorb whatever information comes their way. Without realizing it, they allow external influences to shape their emotions. A stressful message, a disappointing notification, or a piece of bad news can instantly put them in the wrong mindset. And once that negativity takes root, it spreads. It clouds their judgment, drains their energy, and steals their focus. So ask yourself, instead of starting strong, they begin the day already weighed down by stress and doubt. Now, imagine a different scenario. Imagine waking up and before looking at your phone, before allowing the world in, you speak words of strength to yourself. You remind yourself, I am in control of my thoughts and actions today. You declare, I have everything I need to succeed. You focus on gratitude, on purpose, on confidence. These words are not just positive affirmations. They are instructions. Your brain listens to them, it takes them as truth and starts looking for ways to reinforce them. This is the power of intentional words. When you choose the right ones, you set yourself up for success before the day even begins. You walk into the world prepared, focused, and in control. You don't let small inconveniences ruin your mood because you've already decided that nothing will shake your mindset. You don't waste time on distractions because you've already declared that your time is valuable. Think about the leaders, innovators, and achievers you admire. Do you think they start their day hoping for the best? Do you think they wake up and let the first thing they see dictate their mindset? No. They take ownership of their thoughts before anything else can. They remind themselves of their vision. They focus on their strengths. They align their thoughts with their purpose. And because they do this, they move through the day with confidence, with discipline, and with clarity. The words you speak to yourself in the morning are more powerful than you realize. They shape how you see challenges. They determine how you handle setbacks. They influence how you treat others and how you approach opportunities. If you start your day telling yourself that you are overwhelmed, unprepared, or incapable, you will find evidence to support those thoughts. But if you start your day telling yourself that you are strong, capable, and ready, you will find evidence to support that instead. You have a choice every morning. You can let the world dictate your mindset, or you can take control and decide how you will think, feel, and act. You can either step into the day with uncertainty, or you can enter with confidence, knowing that you have already set the right foundation. The difference between those who struggle through the day and those who thrive isn't luck, it's intention. It's the decision to start strong, to take control, and to use words that fuel growth rather than fear. Your mindset is the architect of your future. What blueprint are you creating each morning? Every day, the moment you wake up, you are laying the foundation for the hours ahead. The thoughts you entertain, the emotions you allow, and the words you speak to yourself become the structure upon which your actions are built. If you are not intentional about this process, if you let your mind drift without direction, then your future is being designed by chance rather than choice. You cannot expect to build a strong, successful life on a weak foundation. The question is, are you constructing something meaningful, or are you simply reacting to whatever life throws at you? Most people don't realize that the first thoughts they have in the morning dictate how they will move through the day. If you wake up with stress, frustration, or doubt, those feelings will follow you, influencing your decisions, your productivity, and even the way you interact with others. If you begin your day feeling overwhelmed, your mind will search for proof that you are not capable. You will hesitate, procrastinate, and allow obstacles to feel bigger than they actually are. But if you wake up and tell yourself, I am strong, I am capable, and I am in control, then your brain will find ways to confirm that as well. Great architects do not build without a plan. They do not hope for the best and simply see what happens. They have a clear vision, they make precise calculations, and they lay each brick with purpose. Your mindset works the same way. When you wake up, you have an opportunity to set your intentions, to lay the first stone of the day, and to decide what kind of structure you are building. If you do not take control of this process, then you are leaving your future in the hands of uncertainty. Think about the most successful people you know. Do they start their mornings consumed by distractions? Do they allow their mindset to be shaped by whatever appears on their phone screen? No, they are deliberate. They speak words of strength to themselves before the world has a chance to speak to them. They remind themselves of their goals before distractions can pull them away. They build their mindset brick by brick, ensuring that their foundation is strong enough to handle whatever challenges the day may bring. What about you? Are you taking control of your mindset each morning, or are you allowing your thoughts to be shaped by outside influences? When you wake up, do you immediately check your notifications, absorbing other people's opinions, problems, and expectations before even acknowledging your own goals? Or do you take a moment to remind yourself of your purpose, to focus on gratitude, to set your intentions for the day? Your future is not something that happens to you, it is something you build. And like any great structure, it starts with the blueprint. If you are not designing your mindset with care, then you are building on unstable ground. A strong future requires a strong mental foundation. This means being intentional about the words you speak to yourself, the thoughts you allow to take root, and the energy you bring into each new day. Challenges will come, obstacles will arise, but if you have built your mindset correctly, if you have created a blueprint that is focused, disciplined, and resilient, then nothing will shake you. A strong structure does not collapse because of a storm. It stands firm because it was built to withstand pressure. Your mindset is no different. When you take the time each morning to align your thoughts with your goals, to strengthen your beliefs, and to reinforce your purpose, you become unshakable. This is why successful people are not simply lucky or talented. They are intentional. They do not allow their mornings to be dictated by chance. They take control. They wake up with purpose, they remind themselves of who they are, and they step into the day knowing exactly what they are building. They do not wait for motivation to find them, they create it. They do not hope for a good day, they design it. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, ask yourself, what blueprint am I creating today? Am I building a structure that is strong, confident, and focused? Or am I allowing doubt, fear, and distraction to weaken my foundation? The choice is yours. Your mindset is the architect of your future. Make sure you are building something worth standing on. Most people wake up reacting, few wake up leading. Which one are you? Every morning, the world gives you two choices. Take control of your day or let the day control you. The difference between those who struggle through life and those who succeed is not just talent or luck. It is the ability to lead themselves before anything else has the chance to influence them. Too many people wake up and immediately shift into reaction mode. They check their phones, see missed messages, notifications, or bad news, and before they have even had a moment to think for themselves, their mood is already dictated by external forces. They start their day reacting instead of leading. Think about how most people wake up. The alarm goes off, and the first instinct is to scroll through social media, check emails, or jump into conversations they were not mentally prepared for. In those first few moments of the day, they are already allowing their emotions, their focus, and their mindset to be shaped by something outside of them. Maybe they see a stressful email, and now they start the day with anxiety. Maybe they come across negative news, and now they feel overwhelmed. Maybe they see someone else's success, and suddenly comparison takes over, making them feel like they are behind. Without realizing it, they have handed over control of their mindset before they even got out of bed. But leaders, true leaders, don't operate that way. They understand that the first thoughts of the morning shape the rest of the day. They don't wake up and immediately react. They wake up and set their own agenda. They take a moment to breathe, to think, and to remind themselves of their purpose. They lead their mindset before the world has a chance to dictate it. They don't wait for motivation to come from external sources. They create it within themselves. The question is, which one are you? Do you wake up already on the defense, responding to everything that comes at you, or do you wake up with intention, setting the tone before the world can influence you? The truth is, success, discipline, and self-mastery begin in the first few minutes of your day. If you spend those minutes allowing external distractions to pull you in different directions, then you are letting life dictate your path instead of taking control of it. And great leaders in any field understand the power of the morning. They don't let notifications be the first thing they see. They don't let someone else's demands shape their first thoughts. They wake up and take a moment to direct their focus. They ask themselves what matters most today. They remind themselves of their goals. They take control of their energy. They start strong so that when challenges arise, they are already prepared. But most people don't do this. Most people start on autopilot. They let small problems become big ones because they haven't taken the time to center themselves. They react emotionally instead of responding with clarity. They allow distractions to steal their time before they have even decided how they want to use it. They move through the day feeling like they are catching up instead of leading from the front. And the more they do this, the more it becomes a habit of reaction instead of leadership. Think about what happens when you start the day leading yourself instead of reacting. You wake up, and instead of checking your phone, you take a moment to think about what really matters. You ask yourself, what is my focus today? You decide the energy you want to bring into the day. You affirm your strengths, remind yourself of your purpose, and set your own priorities before the world can impose its own. This shift changes everything. You no longer feel like you are being pulled in 100 different directions. You no longer allow stress to control you before the day even begins. You move with clarity, with discipline, and with confidence. And because you start your day in control, you are less likely to be thrown off by challenges. You are no longer reacting, you are leading. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, before you let the world in, stop and ask yourself, am I reacting or am I leading? Because the answer to that question determines more than just how your day will go. It determines who you are becoming. Most people wake up reacting, few wake up leading. Which one are you? Your words either empower you or imprison you. Choose them wisely every morning. Every morning, before the world speaks to you, you have the opportunity to speak to yourself. The words you choose in those first moments set the tone for your entire day. They either propel you forward with confidence and purpose, or they hold you back with doubt and fear. Most people don't realize how much power their words carry. They assume that what they say to themselves doesn't really matter, but the truth is, your mind listens to every word you speak. It records your thoughts and beliefs and turns them into your reality. When you wake up and tell yourself, I am capable, I am strong, I am ready for this day, your mind goes to work proving it. You approach challenges with resilience, setbacks with patience, and opportunities with courage. You walk with confidence because your words have given you permission to believe in yourself. But if you wake up and immediately say, I'm tired, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, then your mind will work just as hard to prove that true as well. You will hesitate when you should act, you will doubt when you should believe, and you will allow fear to dictate your decisions. Your words are building something every day. The question is, are they building a strong foundation, or are they constructing walls that trap you? Many people unknowingly imprison themselves with their own language. They reinforce their fears, their insecurities, and their limitations without realizing it. They say things like, I'm not smart enough, I'll never succeed, or things never work out for me. And with every repetition, those words become stronger, tightening the grip of self-doubt. But what if they chose different words? What if, instead of saying I can't, they started saying I am learning? What if, instead of I'll never succeed, they said I am growing into my success? The shift may seem small, but its impact is enormous. Successful people understand this. They know that their internal dialogue is just as important as their external actions. They do not allow negative words to take root in their minds because they know that once they do, those words will shape their choices, their habits, and ultimately their future. They are intentional with their language. They speak words of strength, possibility, and resilience. Intention equals, and because they do, they move through life with an unshakable mindset. Think about how often you let careless words shape your emotions. You make a mistake and immediately say, "I'm so stupid." You face a challenge and think, "I can't handle this." You compare yourself to someone else and say, "I'll never be as good as them." These words may seem small in the moment, but they accumulate. Over time, they shape how you see yourself. They create invisible barriers that hold you back from pursuing opportunities, from stepping into your potential, from believing in your own worth. But the good news is you have the power to change this. You can choose different words. You can rewrite the script that plays in your mind every morning. Instead of saying, "I'm not ready," you can say, "I am preparing." Instead of saying, "This is too hard," you can say, "I am strong enough to figure it out." Instead of saying, "I'm stuck," you can say, "I am learning and growing." It doesn't mean challenges will disappear, but it does mean you will approach them with a different mindset, a mindset that empowers rather than imprisons. Imagine how different your life would be if every morning you spoke words that lifted you up instead of words that held you down. Imagine how much more confident you would feel if you started each day affirming your potential instead of doubting it. Imagine how much further you could go if you stopped building walls of fear and started building bridges of belief. The choice is yours. No one else controls the words you speak to yourself. No one else decides whether your language empowers you or imprisons you. That responsibility belongs to you alone, and it starts in the morning, before the noise of the world enters your mind, before distractions pull you in different directions. The first words you speak set the tone for everything that follows. So choose wisely. Choose words that strengthen, that uplift, that inspire. Choose words that remind you of who you are and who you are becoming. Because your words are shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. Every morning, you have the power to shape your day with the words you choose. Your thoughts either empower you or imprison you, and the choice is entirely yours. If you speak strength, confidence, and resilience into your life, your actions will follow. But if you allow negativity, doubt, and fear to take root, you will unknowingly build walls that limit your potential. Greatness begins in the mind, and the words you tell yourself each morning set the foundation for everything you will accomplish. Choose to lead your mindset before the world influences it. Choose to build yourself up instead of tearing yourself down. Your words are creating your future. Make sure they are building something extraordinary. So tomorrow and every morning after that, choose words that empower you, choose words that inspire growth, choose words that remind you of your limitless potential. Thank you.